up, everybody? Welcome to the Damn Dude Podcast.
Damn, dude.
This is Season 2, Episode 54. I'm your host, California Cal. I'm one of the cool Californians left in this state. I've got to say, there's a good handful of us that exist because a lot of us have gone nuts over here, but it is what it is. And, yo, shit's crazy in this world right now. I had to stop and think and consider some of the different shit that's going on right now. And I'm trying to think what order I want to get into this. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just go with the heavier, crazy shit first. Damn, my son was messing with all my controls on my soundboard, and something's just like slightly off, and it's it's just tweaking me out just enough to notice. Anyway, sorry. Okay. Nah, so they overturned they overturned Roe versus Wade, and if for the sake of history and documenting, that basically has to do with abortions. And that's Roe versus Wade's its own whole thing, and there's a whole trail of like a case that triggered another, and there's this whole thing. I'm not an expert at this, right? I had to look it up. Like, I had a general understanding, and I guess what I take away and can explain by myself is still a pretty general understanding. So abortions, like, holy shit, like, this is a very hot topic. Like, what's he gonna say? You're either like about to fucking open your arms and hug me, or fucking pull out a fucking spear and stab me, like, depending on what I say next. So there's a couple things. First, what I'll say is, hold on. Let me clarify this. So basically, with Roe versus Wade being overturned, what that means is that the legality of abortions goes to the power of the state. So basically, it goes back to each state voting on it versus it being like, okay, this is okay on a federal level. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So each state gets to vote the way that they want to vote for it. And it's like, I'm sitting here looking at both sides of this, and it's like, okay, people are looking at it like, oh, we got our rights taken away, and other people are like, no, this means more rights. And it's like, you see, this is trippy because, like I said, I'm looking at both sides. I'm not this way or that way about it. So on one hand, okay, I get it. Like, you're taking away our freedom because this was something that we need for the sake of medical safety, special circumstances, and then there are people who just abuse the whole surgery and the whole system, or people who are just straight up irresponsible, right? And then there's people who have like crazy cases, like somebody gets raped, incest. These cases, yeah. The argument to that is, well, that's such a small percentage of people and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, but those people still need that protection, right? That's the counter argument to that. And it's like, well, move to a state that it's legal to do that. And then other people are being like, well, you live in California, you live in a state where it is legal. And it's like, well, it's not about us, it's about other people as well. And it's like, well, they can go and move somewhere. It's like, well, just getting up and moving is not that easy. We don't have money like that. We're fucking in a recession. We came out of a pandemic, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, both sides of this just goes back and forth forever, because each point, it's like, okay, well, that's valid. And then it's like, well, that's valid, and that's valid, and that's valid. And it's like, well, that's kind of crazy, and that's kind of crazy, and that's kind of crazy, and that's kind of crazy. So I'm like, all right, let's take a step back here, because like I said, I like to simplify shit. And for me, I feel like that's the only way we're really going to understand it, because if you can't understand shit simple enough to where you can explain it to where a child would understand, then you don't really understand it, so they say. And that makes sense. So you got people being like, abortion is murder. And then you got people being like, no, it's not. And then you got people who are like, we need it for medical safety because there's instances where something goes wrong. I don't know the details and I forgot all of it, but I read the stuff, you know, like if I hear it, I'm like, yeah, that's the stuff. But it's like, okay, these people need protection. And I see different memes and different shit popping up online and people posting things like, there was this instance where this happened and the person needed to call a judge and get this approved and this and that. And the person's like sitting here dying. And it's like, okay, fuck, that's pretty extreme. Like that, you know what I mean? Like you can't just go move to a fucking state in the middle of like something goes wrong during your pregnancy or something, you know? So then you got people being like, okay, like like I said, abortion is murder. And then you got people being like, okay, well, what's the difference? I heard somebody say this and I was kind of like, this is what really made me start thinking and made me want to speak on any of this at all, or even just start thinking about any of this any deeper than I already understood it for myself, which was, if somebody murders a woman who's pregnant, that counts as 2 murders. Right? At what age of that, like, I guess how long into that pregnancy does that count as killing 2 people? You know what I'm saying? So let's take that baby's the same age. Let's say the baby's 3 months old in the womb. The baby's 6 months in the womb. The baby's 1 month in the womb. Like, at what point is it okay for a baby to be aborted if, you see what I'm saying? It's like, so where do we draw a fair line across to where it makes sense for everybody? Because that's a really fucking, like, my position was like, dude, this is not up to me. I have nothing to say about this. Like, it's just not my place and there's nothing I can really do about it. And that's still kind of my stance, but now I'm more like, well, I've kind of stumbled upon different points of views that kind of like make a little bit more sense for myself and maybe can make more sense for other people too, which is helpful, right? Because like I forgot to introduce in the beginning of the show is like, you know, the show exists to help entertain, make an impact and educate via sharing different contexts and perspectives in life, because I believe that the more perspectives and contexts that we have, the easier and funner and more sense life makes.
Damn, dude.
You know what I'm saying? And this is a show where we have the conversations that need to be had in a way that'll make you think and say, damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
For those of you who are new and still listening and needed that. No, you see what I'm saying? So I'm not like this way or that way or whatever. So I'm thinking, okay, because the question of like, if a pregnant woman gets murdered, at what point is it 2 people? If a woman has an abortion, what point does that count as a human being was just terminated? Right? Like that's the reality of this. So I'm like, very fucking interesting. I'm like, where is the line drawn, you know? And I'm like, I'm not God. I don't have a place to say. That was kind of like my stance on this whole thing, was like, I'm not God. Like, that's not my position to claim different, you know, like somebody else's life or something like that. Like, even my kids, it's like they are their own thing. They're not fucking my property. You know what I mean? Like, maybe in a legal sense, but like, no, that's not how it is. They're my children. Like, they're their own human beings. I'm raising them to be their own individuals, right? So, and the biggest gift that I want to leave behind is like the power of free thought and the power to be able to consider all the different sides and then make an informed decision about how you feel. Not even make a decision, but make a choice about how you feel. And there's certain things that, like, because if you make a decision, I've gone into this before, and this is just wordplay at this point, but it makes a difference in your reality in what you say, because what you say is who you are, right? So if you've decided that this is the way it is, that means you're no longer open. The word decide, the side means to kill. Homicide, suicide, genocide, right? Like side means to kill. So to decide, it's like you've decided there's no other options, right? So you're going to stay in this mentality. And if we're taking on the idea of like being willing to entertain different perspectives and different contexts, then it's like, all right, well, let's look at this a little bit differently. Rather than deciding, you can make the choice. I choose to believe this. Because what happens if more information comes out, like, well, now I choose to believe this because that old shit I believed didn't make sense now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if we don't continuously upgrade the way that we think and stay open to new ideas and we've decided who we are, that's how we like turn into old people really fucking quick. So the real question, like I think before anybody can even start any sort of abortion argument or conversation, what needs to be established, is when do you consider this a baby? When does life begin? And, you know, it's like, it goes into the whole crazy thing of like the person who created Planned Parenthood, supposedly there's some like, have some crazy racist manifesto and some plan to terminate ethnic people, or I don't know the details. This is just shit I've heard, right? Don't quote me on that. Like, but you can look it up, and it's like I've seen different shit, and I'm like, oh wow, like, you know, like I don't know, what am I gonna do? It's just random information, you know. It's no different than like celebrity gossip. Well, maybe not that, because if they're trying to kill people, that's terrible. But I'm saying as far as like the truth about who that person is, I don't know. This is just random internet shit. You know what I'm saying? The internet at this point is just a lot of fucking crazy shit that's real, and it's just been slightly, the context is just shifted, twisted, just they cut off 2 seconds that mattered a lot. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And now like technology is so good, you can fake videos, you can fake voices, you can fake pictures. Like you don't know what is what. Like things can be faked so easily via Photoshop and editing and shit. Like it's incredible, dude. Like literally, like you could be ugly and your fucking filters on your phone can make you look good. That's crazy. Like that's such a trip, right? Like you could literally be ugly and make your shit, have your shit make you look good. Like how? That's so weird. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, so a lot of people, that's normal these days, but it's like that really is weird. I mean that's cool, but it's like that's fucking weird, you know? So like I was saying, it's like I see people's points when they're like, men are not even to speak on this. I'm like, I get your point, but at the same time, like this is a conversation that just needs to be had, where it's like the more understanding and context that we can have, the better off we are. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like once people are willing to accept different ideas about shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like gas and electric vehicles. At one point, somebody didn't disagree with one version, and somebody doesn't agree with the other version, and there's all these different ideas. Like, think about how many different opinions people have about gas and electric vehicles. It's unbelievable, right? Like, fuck, dude, you can go down so many different rabbit holes just speaking on gas and electric cars. You can, talking about driving a gas car and an electric car can get you talking about, oh, melting polar ice caps. It can get you talking about fucking Al Gore. It could get you talking about fucking like George W. Bush. It could get you talking about like fucking Elon Musk. It can have you talking about mining lithium. It can have you talking about how crazy all that is. You can talk about the conspiracy behind all of it. Like, oh, they're doing this because this and doing this because this. And what's interesting is a lot of it kind of adds up, but it's like you never fucking know, because all of this is just trickled down what we're allowed to know. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of information we have access to as far as globally it's such a it's almost like meant to be confusing. We're not really supposed to figure it out. And this is my own conspiracy, I guess. But what I read in the book, what's it called? Outwitting the Devil. That book is amazing. And I think I talked about it before. Anybody who's never read or heard that book, or however you read books, Outwitting the Devil's phenomenal. He interviews the devil and basically outwits him and gets him to give up all of his secrets. And one of the things that the devil says is like, yo, like, when I'm in control is when you're distracted. Like, I thrive in your distraction. That's when I'm leading the way. Because you're not in your purpose. You're not in your true cause. You're not in your pure heart. You're not aware of God and goodness. You're just drifting. And when a human being is drifting is when I'm in control, is when I thrive. So basically, it's like if you can stay distracted the whole time, then you're not in control of yourself. So if we stay confused on all these different topics that at the end of the day, we don't really know the truth about, it's like, oh, save the whales. It's like, how's my signature going to save a whale? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how far down the line are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's this money go? Have you even checked? You know, you just got caught up in like, oh yeah, save the whales. Like, yeah, cool, but like, you tell there needs to be more information. We need more real factual shit. It's just too confusing. It's just too far down the line. Like, we're never gonna actually have a real grasp on it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of like where we get caught up in, whether you believe it's the devil's work or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be that extreme. I'm not necessarily that extreme. It's just kind of like a concept that I'm like, oh, okay, like I could see that, you know. It's like, I like the idea of I didn't make this up, but it's like, try it on. Try this idea on. The same way you try on a pair of pants or a shirt or a hat or whatever, it's like, try on ideas. The more different ideas you try on, like, you don't have to believe it. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Is like, you can sit there and listen to some crazy fucking shit. Try it on. You're willing to sit there and watch a horror movie or watch a movie and pretend you're kind of a part of it. You're laughing at their jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're getting scared of their adventures. You know what I mean? It's like you're trying it on. You're willing to try on that adventure, that theme, whatever. So it's like, why not listen to different crazy shit? I've listened to topics about abortions where I completely don't agree on both sides. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I don't have to, but I was listening to it as if I was a believer of it. Or, you know, as if like, all right, what if I'm willing to believe this? Let me listen. Is there anything that's even like legitimate about this? And I'm listening. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I see the circle of thinking that they're in. And it's like, well, hold on. If you ask these questions, it kind of cancels that whole thing out, but you're not willing to ask those questions because it'll invalidate the rest of this. And it's like, no, this is the way it is. And it's like, what the fuck, you know? And by the way, this is really funny. Man, sorry, I'm like, my nose is running right now. Went surfing with my kiddo yesterday, and I got water all in my face. So it's that old, what do they call it? P&D, the post-nasal drip, which is gross, but it's like water just drips out of your nose, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? So excuse me if I'm like sniffling and all that. Yeah, I need to go blow my nose again. But anyways, enough nasty stuff. No, so if you guys have not seen the Logan Paul Flat Earth documentary, yo, it's fucking hilarious for one. And two, some of the shit the Flat Earth guy stuff, some of the stuff the Flat Earth guy says, it's actually like, whoa, huh, maybe, like, what the fuck? Like, and then they have like real NASA people and all this shit. I don't know, man. Like I said, it's just what we have access to seeing, but it's like, it's a joke, but it's not. It's weird. It's like, it's worth fucking watching. It's on YouTube. It's free. Yeah, the Logan Paul Flat Earth documentary is pretty fucking funny. Because he goes into it completely honest. It's like, well, why the fuck this? Why the hell that? Like, that doesn't make sense. And at the same time, he's like cracking jokes on half the people and stuff. It's pretty funny. So my point is depends what your definition of is is that this whole abortion thing, we cannot have a conversation until we establish what point does it begin. And I know from what point does life begin? And even that's like very controversial. So until we can get to that answer, we can't even really talk a whole lot about it. But the legality part, I think it's stupid that shit got flipped. It didn't need to happen. You know what I'm saying? It was fine. And it just makes me wonder, there's so many different theories and conspiracies and rabbit holes you can run down with why that happened. And, you know, it's like, why are we taking the step backwards almost? And there's people who see it as progression too. And it's like, I see both sides, and it's like, there's parts I agree with and disagree with on both sides, probably pretty equally. But at the same time, that shit shouldn't have happened. But really, it's like, I think back, I remember when my son was born, when Ro was born, we got this little like stuffed animal thing. And it was the ultrasound of his heartbeat. And they put the heartbeat inside of the stuffed animal. And like you'd click it and it's just like, thunk, 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 thunk. And it was his heartbeat. And to me, it was like, life was so fucking crazy at that point in time. And I remember I would just hold that thing and just like hug it, dude. And like his heartbeat, I was like my baby, you know, like, fuck. I'm trying to remember what age I was. Maybe it was like, maybe it was like 6, 5, 6 months into the pregnancy that we got that, maybe. Yeah, I don't know, man. But he was very real to me at that point, and it's like to have seen that and experienced that and felt that heartbeat. I'm like, oh my God, dude, like my baby, you know. So that like, I get the point of like, no, like that's a baby, you know. It's like, yes, but at what point? Like, fuck, that's the hard part. And like I said, I'm not the expert. This is as far as I've thought about it. I haven't gone deeper with this, and I know there's a lot more sides to this which I haven't addressed. I just think we need to slow down before everybody get like, well, first of all, I understand why everybody's pissed about this decision. Very understandably so. People shouldn't be celebrating it like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, like that's kind of lame. But at the same time, like I said, I get it. I get their point of view. I get where they come from and like why that mentality makes sense to them. Thing is, we just don't need to like hate anybody, you know? And then the dumbest thing I saw somebody post, women, we're just asking for enough rights as guns. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? Like, dude, guns are literally at a state vote level. Like, what's your point? Like, what? And then there was other ones where it's like, yeah, we're down to having the same rights as guns, blah, blah, blah. Like, this isn't fair. This and that. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But the other way, I'm like, come on, you could have done better than that with this argument. Anyways, like I said, I'm just trying to make sense of this for myself. So I'm sharing my perspective and the shit that I thought about this. So we're going to take a quick break. And after these messages, we'll be right bicycle.
Damn, dude.
It's your boy, finger licking, farmer dickin', finger fickin', timber chicken dickin', finger flicking, finger fucking Fred. And I hope y'all have a great, safe 4th of July weekend this week. And make sure, like Terry, you back up, Terry, back up. Don't get too close to them fireworks, y'all. Can blow a finger off. That wouldn't be good. 'Cause how else would you do your finger fucking, finger dipping, finger fucking, finger chicken? Dickin', duckin', flippin', fluckin'. without no fingers. I couldn't be finger-licking Fred without no fingers. Tell you what. So, y'all be safe this 4th of July weekend. And remember, have gratitude. Have a good attitude. And don't be a bitch. Finger licking, farmer dicking, finger freaking, finger chicken, timber ducking, chicken ducking, ficking, fucking, finger fucking free.
Damn, dude. Damn, dude.
Oh, yes. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, yes.
So, if you guys aren't fucking angry and picketing outside my front door by now, then we're probably still cool. So let's keep it moving like a U-Haul. Oh, dude, you guys remember those old Ryder trucks? It was like yellow. Was it yellow and had like black writing, or was it black and had yellow writing? I want to say it was yellow and had black writing. Black and red. It said Ryder. Those trucks look gangster to me all the time. I thought those were cool. Oh, yeah, I miss seeing those. Anyway, yeah, like I said, we just wanted to think about that and just open that and just kind of address that because that's what's cracking off right now. And we'll see where that goes. There's a very interesting, weird, random thing to happen. Yeah, that's fucking strange. But anyways, you know, man. Let's go here real quick, you guys. I hope you guys did music homework from last week, and I realized I forgot to post the link in the show notes. I will go and add that actually after I upload this new episode for today. And yeah, happy 4th of July, you guys. I realized we just kind of jumped right into this. We didn't really address that, but like some salad, we will address that. Dressing. Anyway. So, let's do some music homework right now. This is... dude, this song is fucking cool, man. And I realized I had no idea what he was saying because I keep picking fucking Spanish-ass, Mexican-ass songs. And all the times I listen to this song, I'm like, I have no fucking idea what this guy's saying. And then as I'm like reading the lyrics as he's singing, I'm like, whoa, I actually am like sitting there processing the word. I'm like, whoa, I kind of actually know what he's talking about. Like, he's basically like shouting out his family, right? Is dope. Again, I do not own the rights to this song. I'm just a fan. I have no affiliation. Like I said, I'm just a fan. We do not own the rights to this. Just sharing the love. This is a song by an artist named Justin Morales. The song is called Desde Morro. Let's go, you guys.
Mi hermano que en paz descanse siempre fue un chingón. Yo lo llevo en la mente y en el corazón. Carnal Brandon tatuado hasta el cuello. Gracias por todo, carnal, es un abrazo. Puro Morales en la sangre llevo yo. Orgulloso de estar en la familia que estoy. Pa' mi clica un saludo, siempre me verán. Diferente madre, pero aquí yo soy carnal. Los reales yo los cuento con los dedos de mis manos. Algunos son solo amigos y otros como hermanos. ¿Dónde están los que decían que nada lograría? Pues empieza desde cero para adelante todos los días.
Ooh, yo.
Damn, dude.
That song is so fun. It's just so clean, dude. Like, it's just such a clean sounding song. Like, again, that's Justin Morales, Desde Morro. That's Desde, another word, Morro for my white folks and those that that's really foreign too. So, yo, you gotta appreciate music for what it is, dude. I used to be too cool to listen to a lot of shit, And I realized I've been missing out on so much good stuff just because I've been like, nah, that's not me. Like, I gotta listen to this gangster shit. Like, and once I like just realized, I'm like, man, like I don't need to keep up this identity, this personality, this that. It's just like, fuck it, man. Like, just enjoy what you want to fucking enjoy. Don't worry about being cool or fitting in. Like the cool popular kid, he just happens to be getting hooked up with cool shit by fucking an older brother or a cool dad or like somebody who's like still young and with the shit or an uncle or cousin. And it's like they're not that cool. They're just getting hooked up by this person who is cool. They have no idea what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? Like I look at shit where I hooked up my little brother. It's like, how did my little brother know to like slick back his hair and fucking wear these cool clothes and shit in like second grade? You know what I mean? It's like other kids are looking at him like, damn, how are you already with the shit? Like he's in second grade. Like, no, I can't hang out with you. You got red clothes on. You're a blood. I'm a Crip. And I'm like, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, there was a lot of fucking bad influence going on for sure. But it was like, yo, like, how do you know this stuff? And, you know, for other kids in the same age, in the same class, like, how do you know all this stuff already? And it's like, to him, it's just normal. You know what I mean? But it's like, he's not going to be like, oh, my brother's like telling me this, making me cool. But it's just like, nah, this is what I am. This is how I am. So it's like, if you're lucky to have cool influences, then it's going to trickle down. But the thing is like, the person who's actually cool is that cool influence, not the person who got influenced to be cool necessarily, right? It's the person who created the coolness for themselves. And if that person who got influenced by the coolness creates the coolness for themselves, then that makes them cool too, right? So, you know, it's like, dude, like we can't be too cool for shit. Like we miss out on so many opportunities. Like when you just like what you like freely, that's the shit that makes you cool. You dig?
Damn, dude.
So especially if you're younger, anybody in their fucking teens or 20s, if you're listening to this, so even people in your 30s, like, dude, I've seen people fucking turn like 30 years old and start gangbanging. And I'm like, what? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? It's like back in the day, like you were not with the shit. Like, weird, you know what I mean? But it's like, it is what it is. Everybody's got their own path. That's fine. And at the same time, it's just like, we got choices. You don't be too cool to be who you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared to be who you want to be. If being nerdy or liking fucking, it's funny because now it's cool to like anime. But I was gonna say, if you like anime, like that meant you were a fucking straight up nerd. Like, but now like so many people have just been like, fuck yeah, I like anime, that it's became cool because so many people stopped giving a fuck and just said, I like this shit. It's like, oh, well, you're really cool. Like, yeah, and it's like, damn, okay, this must be kind of cool then. Like if you like it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's like whatever you like that shit, do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, don't be afraid to try new shit. So this is kind of like the other topic that we wanted to get into was patience. Patience is a great and a terrible thing. It's a double-edged sword for sure. Like Gary Vee is always like, you gotta have patience. You know what I'm saying? Like shit takes time. You're still young. Just keep working, grind it out. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at the small percentage you put into it every single day. And that is the patience you need to have, right? Then on the other hand, you got like Brad Lee. He's like, man, like fuck patience. You don't need patience. You need to fucking go after what you want. It's not just going to come to you. If you just stay grinding out, working for fucking $6 an hour your whole life, $7 an hour, whatever, it's not going to ever like do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, on the other hand, Gary Vee's point is like, well, if you love what you're doing, it doesn't really matter that much. And that's where Bradley's like, okay, well, that's different. Doing what you love and having patience are two different things. And it's like, okay, well, it's like there's a middle ground too. You know, it's like, this is where I started thinking about this was like, I think it's more so having the patience to more like the idea of having patience to push through the judgment of other people and yourself, especially. Like if you can have the patience to push through the judgment and the shit that takes time in creating and doing what you love. Like this is what I feel like a lot of people do when they think of starting a business. they only see the biggest, most exciting pieces. They see themselves making money, and they see themselves selling stuff, and they see themselves feeling like they have free time, right? And that's the case, yes and no, but at the same time, there comes a point where you easily can become your own employee of yourself, and you're just stuck to the grind of doing your thing. And it's like, if you love it, cool, but at the same time, if you want to be doing other stuff, you got to find a way to move and make that happen, right? So I think to have patience outside of our own perspective as well is important, because it's like, all right, if I can see outside my own perspective, then I can understand that. All right, let me say it like this. If we're going to think about doing what we love in life, we have to think about this incredibly long term. Because if you're going to do what you love in life, it has to last a lifetime. It has to be a lifetime worth of it. But that's the thing. At the same time, when you do what you love for money, let me say it like this. When you get paid to do what you love, when you get money for doing what you love, there's still going to be a lot of problems in life. There's still going to be hardships. There's still going to be tough conversations that need to be had. There's still going to be circumstances that are out of your control that fucking suck. There's going to be all these different things that still come up, whether you're doing what you love or not. But the difference is that over time, as we endure all the crazy shit that life has to offer, if you've been compounding a negative interest on yourself and your life and your well-being, then those extra things are just going to be that much more weight, and it's going to be that much more of a burden. It's going to hurt that much more. You know what I'm saying? But like, if we're doing what we love the whole time, we have this perspective of like, all right, like I just got to keep going. I just got to keep going. And it helps us stay creative and keep moving forward. You know what I mean? Because if you think about this like this, what did I write down? This is pretty good. Yeah. So and I was kind of having a conversation about this earlier with the old TP topic plug. What up? Yeah. No, but so sorry, my mind fucking trailed off. So using our power and energy to power and create ourselves and our lives versus using our power to protect and defend ourselves.
Damn, dude.
Like, yo, we all have some sort of power inside of us. We all have some sort of gift. It doesn't have to be spectacular. I think a lot of people get that twisted. Like, you can have a gift that's not like mind-blowing. It could just be I don't even know. It could look like anything. There's people that do everything and really enjoy it, right? But the thing is, like, we all have the power of life. If you're alive, you have the power of life. You have the gift of life. I've met people with no arms and no legs who have became like incredible athletes and accomplished incredible and crazy feats. I've met people and it's like they've been able to make money. They've been able to model. They've been able to do all these different things. And I'm like, dude, you don't even have arms and legs. Like, holy fuck, dude. Like, you are absolutely impressive. This is mind-blowing. So it's like we all have a power. If you're alive, you have the power to do something. It could be the way you think. Look at like Stephen Hawking. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's so many different levels that your power can exist in. It could be in thinking. It could be in physicality. It could be in how you can physically help somebody else. It can be in how you listen, how you interpret. It could be in how you share and paint pictures with your words. It could be how you do art. It could be how you draw. It could be how you write. It could be how you use a paintbrush. It could be how you do music, how you play music, how you perform on a field, how you perform on a fucking bar or a gym or whatever, how you fucking know how to make drinks, how you know how to prepare food, how you know how to shoot hoops, how you know how to pour drinks, how you know how to write, how you know how to think, how you know how to talk, how you know how to whatever, right? These are all different versions of gifts. How you know how to read somebody, how you know how to read a room, how you know how to uplift your own energy, how you know how to these different, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get the point. Like, we all have our own version, and if you don't, just start practicing, start meditating. That's how you're going to discover that. It's a natural gift from God in life and from birth. The moment you're born, and if you're lucky and blessed enough to have the ability to breathe on your own, that's a gift from God that you should utilize. Practice breathing, practice observing your own breathing and your own body. And that's a fucking amazing place to start, because that's a gift, and that's the base, and that's the root of all life. So if we can get back to the root of all life, then usually things are going to be kind of all right. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, dude.
But what happens is a lot of us end up using our power to protect ourselves and defend ourselves in life. You know what I'm saying? We'll go through life being defensive, being protective. No, this, never again. This is never happening. I'm never going in there. I don't like cold water. I don't like hot water. I don't like the heat. I don't like the this. I don't like the that. I like Chevys. I like Fords. I like fucking Dodges. I like Toyotas. It's like, you could be willing to try other shit. Stuff doesn't stay the same forever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you were to look at a fucking Ford versus Chevy in fucking the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the thousands, the early thousands, the tens, whatever you call it, and the 2000s, they're going to all have different times where one was better than the other. It's not just fucking like flat across the board. You could say the same thing with Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha. Yeah, people are going to, the shit talking is a little more intense in the biker community when it comes to like brand loyalty, I feel like. But, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we gotta give it up. You know what I'm saying? They're all fully capable and worthy. There's some things that like other people need that don't work for other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, oftentimes, like the size of a fucking, like, especially modern bikes, like the size of a Honda or a Suzuki is too small for a lot of people. The size of a Yamaha is too tall for a lot of people. The size of a Kawasaki is too wide for a lot of people. So it's like, you got to pick what fits you and what's correct for you. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to make you perform to the maximum. So it's like, if we can use our power to be open and to create and to be curious in life, then we have the power to enjoy and keep winning at different things. You know what I mean? You don't have to stay on the same shit just because that's how it is. This is the one I like. Like, how do you even know if you're not even willing to try the other ones? If you already don't like the other one before you even tried it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not even giving yourself a fair chance. You're not even giving life a fair chance. So this is where it's like, we got to stop protecting ourselves. Just fucking be open to try some new shit. It's like, I have a lot of brand loyalty to Honda for a lot of different reasons. I also have a lot of brand loyalty to Yamaha for a lot of different reasons. Also Kawasaki. I don't have a lot of brand loyalty to Suzuki because I've had a lot of bad experiences with their bikes. And at the same time, I'm willing to acknowledge and recognize and see that they have made some really good bikes, and that I have friends who Suzukis have done amazing things for their whole life. And it goes all different ways. Like, same, you know what I mean? It's like, you got to be willing to recognize what's what. At the same time, well, he's got fucking longer legs. He's got smaller legs. He's got this, that. There's all these, you weigh this much. There's all these different factors. You know what I'm saying? So, damn, somebody's fucking blapping outside. That sounded like at least two 12s or a 15 outside, because it had that like whoop, 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 like fucking feel. Not a lot of people have subwoofers in their car anymore, and that sucks. Like, I miss that, dude. I need to put the subs in my car, actually. Dude, here in my new car. But yeah, I miss subwoofers. I miss that when it's just like, you just like, it would be all around, especially in Mira Mesa, man. Or Mira Mesa or Southeast, dude. Like, it was just constant, like constant. Even Claremont, like IB, yeah, dude. No, PV, all that, dude. All over San Diego, actually. It was just, oh, I miss that culture, man. It was fucking cool. Now all the cars are like so new, like it's just different. It's like they have like home audio speakers in cars now, and you know, it's cool. The music sounds clean, But fucking, if you listen to like rap or reggae, it's not meant to be all clean sounding. I like, it's meant to sound clean, but it's meant to be like 6x9s and fucking subs. Like, that's what the music's actually designed for. You know what I mean? Like, you literally will hear sounds in songs that you've heard for years. If you've never had a subwoofer in your car and you've been listening to music for a long time, and all of a sudden you play it on a song with subs, you're gonna literally hear noises in the song you've never heard before. You're gonna be like, the fuck? This is what the song sounds like? Like, seriously. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But my point is, be open, dude. Like, we gotta be open. I do my best to do that. I catch myself in moments of judgment, but it's like, nah, I gotta have the patience to push through the judgment and understand why this person comes where they come from. You see somebody screaming in front of a grocery store, you never know what they're going through, man. You know what I mean? It's like, there's been times I probably have been that guy and I just don't even remember I was so upset or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's moments where we have that shit. And when we think back on ourselves, oftentimes we don't, I mean, like, depends on your state and where you're at, but like, a lot of times we think back and it's like, if you think of something if you think of yourself in an interaction with somebody, you generally think of yourself as right. You know what I'm saying? You don't generally think of yourself as like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you knew what you were talking about and you have a conversation with somebody, you don't feel like, oh, like, I'm an idiot. But it's more like you think back and it's like, well, yeah, like that person was being an idiot. You know what I mean? So it's like, I slow down and I try and catch myself. It's like, okay, well, in what way was I being an idiot? Or did I misunderstand something? Or did I say something that gave them the opportunity to misunderstand it in this way or this fashion or whatever, right? So, yeah, man, like, we got to use our power for the shit that we're good at and use it for good. You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't, we're wasting our fucking gift, man. You don't want to waste your gift, man. That's not good, dude. So, yeah, man. Anyways, I hope that fucking helps educate, entertain, make an impact, and provide some different perspective for you guys. Because, yo, like Too Short said, you got to get it while the getting is good. You should be getting lifted. So, you guys, much love. Have a beautiful day.
Damn, dude.
I love you guys. I really appreciate you guys for help keeping this show alive and making it fun and doing what you do. So I appreciate it if you guys share it. Happy have a 4th of weekend, July. Yeah. Yeah, man. So I don't know, dude. Let's just so you guys, I don't know. This abortion shit's crazy. Dude, real quick. Hold on. Time out. I remember elementary school and junior high school, maybe even high school. We used to have this dude who had this truck, and he had this gigantic like wooden pyramid, and not like pyramid, but like triangular shaped big wooden sign in the back of his truck, and it was just all these pictures of abortions and like dead fetuses and stuff, and it would just park there and it would be like, abortion is this, and like, I remember as a kid, I was like a little ass kid coming out, and I would see him like, yo, what? Like, this is crazy. Like, yo, this is crazy. And like, dude, it was just huge pictures, and it had all these descriptions, and it's like, this is a baby, and this is what happens when you kill it, and this is what, and it was just like, holy fuck, and it was just like, abortion is murder, and all this like crazy shit on the sign. I'm like, yo, wow, that's wild. I was in like, what, fucking 3rd, 4th grade? Excuse me. Yo, yeah, and then I remember seeing the dude in junior high too, parked out in front of the school. That shit was crazy, dude. So I've always been like, man, I don't know how I feel about this, bro. That shit scared the fuck out of me as a kid. Yeah, ultimately, I think it's not my place really, but yeah, man, we just gotta figure more shit out and boil this conversation down a little smaller. But yeah, I just had that memory right now. I was like, holy fuck, dude, that was crazy as fuck. Anyways, you guys do that music homework because that song is sick as fuck. Justin Morales, Desde Morro. Have a happy 4th of July, guys. Yikes. Yikes, yeah. So you guys have a beautiful day. Be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. To tell their best friends, cousins, uncles, best friends, pigs, farmers, cousins, bacon handling, pig potion, Norbit, Snorbit, Trident, payment, silverback orangutans, best friends, cousins, best friends, skateboarding, uncle's monkey. Bam.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude. California cow.
Have a beautiful day, guys. Much love. And we're gonna have actually a really deep episode. Today was a little bit just kind of wanted to get that one off my chest a little bit because I just still needed to sort that out. Yeah. Anyways, hope you guys have a beautiful day. Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.